Yeah, good morning, guys. So let's begin the session now. I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's begin this. So let's begin with the Azure Data Engineering. As we know that the Azure Data Engineering is nothing but it's a bunch of cloud services, guys. It's a bunch of cloud services, as we know. The following are the cloud services intact here. In this, that is called as the ADF, that we can say Azure Data Factory, and then we have the ADV, that is the Azure Databricks, and then we have the Synapse, guys. Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, Synapse, and then we have the Fabric. Then we have the AI, that is called as artificial intelligence. These are all the various services which are provided under the Azure Data Engineering. So we can say this is a bunch of cloud services. So what are the tasks we can do it? As you already know, just I'm brushing up, guys. So the first one is called as a data migration, data integration. Then we have the data summarization, data migration, data integration, data summarization, and then we have the data visualization. So these are all the tasks we can perform it by using the Azure Data Engineering, guys. So the whole process, as we know, it starts from the data. That is the accumulation of the data. So we can get the data from the source of data, guys. So we can get the data from the following sources, as already we have discussed it. That is nothing but we can get the data from the social networking sites. That is Facebook, Insta, Twitter, WhatsApp, Snapchat. And then we can also get the data from the banking applications, guys. And then we can also get the data from the IoT sensors. Okay, IoT sensors, social networking sites, banking applications, IoT sensors, and then it can be human generated data. Or it can be the machine generated data. Human generated data, machine generated data. Okay, guys. So these are all the various sources from where we can expect the data. So all this data, guys, this is called as what, guys? Big data. This all is called as what? Big data. That is called as a massive amount of data. That is called as a big data. So wherein, guys, this all is called as what? Big data, guys. It is called as the big data. So as we know, the big data is classified into three categories here. The first one is called as the structured data. And then we can say it is a semi-structured data. So we can say, guys, structured data, semi-structured data, and then we can say unstructured data. Unstructured data, semi-structured data, structured data, and the unstructured data. So these are the three varieties of data we can have it here, guys. So structured data, semi-structured data, and the unstructured data. So whereas, as you know, the structured data is nothing but the data which is kept in the proper form of tables, guys. That is in the form of rows and columns. And then we can say, guys, semi-structured is nothing but it is a data that is nothing but where it is the structure where the data is recorded in the form of a JSON files or HTML files. and the XML files, which we have already discussed yesterday. And then we have the unstructured, that is nothing but the data which you have it in your mobile phone, that is called as the photos. Then we have the videos, guys, photos, videos, chat history. All this comes under the unstructured data, guys. These are all the data we can have it, guys. Okay. So whereas to store this kind of a data, that is called as a structured, semi-structured, or the unstructured, guys. Here we have what's it, guys? Storages in Azure. So we can say Azure storages. So the Azure storages are provided to store the various type of data here. Okay. So the first one we can say, guys, or we can say overall, we have 90 plus storages. We have how many? 90 plus storages are there into the Azure, guys. So the first type of a storage is called as what, guys? Azure blob storage, which is the very basic structure, which is a very basic structured data, wherein the Azure storage, that is called a Azure blob storage, can store up to 500 TB data, guys, terabytes, and it can store any kind of a data. That means what? It can store the structured data, guys. It can store the structured data. It can store the semi-structured data, and it can store the unstructured data as well. Any kind of data can be stored into the Azure blob storage, but it's a limited storage that is limited to 500 TB. So thereafter, we have the another one that is called as a Azure Data Lake Gen 2. So Azure Data Lake Gen 2 is what? Unlimited storage, guys. Wherein the unlimited storage, we can store, guys, we can store, it's an unlimited storage, but we can store all this kind of a data that is called structured, semi-structured, or the unstructured. Whatever the type of data we have it, we can store it into the Azure Data Lake Gen 2. Then we can have what's it, guys? Azure SQL database, wherein, guys, the Azure SQL database is nothing but it is a basically we can store only the structured data. Why? Because the data will be in the tabular format in the SQL database. When the word SQL comes here, that is all the rules followed by the RDBMS. So hence it can store only the structured data, guys. It can store only the structured data, guys, not the rest of the part of the data. That is called a semi-structured. Unstructured is not supported. And limit is basically depends upon you how much you want. You can increase the limit. Okay. So again, then we have what's it, guys? Azure Cosmos DB. So Cosmos DB is the another storage where we can store the data in the form of structured and the semi-structured, wherein the unstructured is not supported here. Structured and the semi-structured data we can store it here, guys. Okay. Structure and the semi-structured we can store it here, guys. Okay. Structure and the semi-structured we can store it here, guys. That's it. Then we have what's it, guys? Azure Synapse Analytics. Azure Synapse Analytics, wherein this is called as what is it, guys? It is the data warehouse of Azure. It is the data warehouse of Azure, guys. Data warehouse of Azure, where it can also store. Data warehouse means what? It's a final layer of a data where you can store only the structured data, guys. Rest of the forms are not supported here. Okay. So then apart from this, guys, the next one you can have what's it, guys? Azure MongoDB. So MongoDB means what, guys? MongoDB is the another database wherein it is also just like the Cosmos you have it. It can store the structured and the semi-structured, but the unstructured is not supported here, guys. Because this will not follow the SQL language. That means it won't use the SQL language. So hence it is called as what? No SQL database. It is called as what? No SQL database. In the same way, this is also called as what, guys? No SQL database. No SQL database. So we can say SQL and the no SQL database. In the same way, we have the We can also install the virtual machines on this. So we can say Azure virtual machine. Azure virtual machine. So guys, the Azure virtual machine can store the structured and the semi-structured, because we can install the virtual machine for the file system. We can install it for the databases, anything you can install it. There's a parallel system. Likewise, you have many storages are there, guys. So to begin with this, guys, today we'll start with the practicals on this. So how to log in here? Let's first of all use the azure.com. Azure.com. So when you go to the azure.com, everyone, let's use it here, the azure.com. I'm opening this portal. Use azure.com. Use the azure.com. Now, guys, this is the page where you have to create your subscriptions. Just like the Netflix subscription, just like the Amazon Prime subscription, you will have to take some subscription here, guys, wherein you need to give your debit or credit card, where initially it will charge only 2 rupees from your debit or credit card, guys. Later on, you can just, you can switch it over to the required thing. So can you see, I'm using the get started with Azure. So you have two models here, try for free and pay as you go model. Any model you can use it, guys. Try for free means what? This free will be for only 1 month, guys. It will not be beyond that. Okay. So that is different. Again, you have to change the card and recreate this one. Okay, what is that? You have it, the recreate the subscription, everything. Every time you have to keep on doing that. So if you use the pay as you go model, every month you have to make the payment, guys, based on the usage. So the way you use, that much you have to pay, guys. So maximum, that is nothing but minimum is 2,500 and odd, along with the taxes you will get it. But initially I don't recommend you to go with the pay as you go model. You can go with the free subscription, guys. Can you see here? So what I'm using it here, can you see? I'm trying out for this. So try Azure for free now. No, as I'm already registered, it's saying some code to be sent on this registered mobile ID. There is mobile mail ID, and then you have to activate all the things it says. So if not, once you enter all this, it will ask you for your details, guys. What are the details it will ask you? It will ask you for your debit card, credit card, PIN code, your residential address, everything, and the card details it will ask you. Once all are authorized, it will redirect you to this page, guys. Which page? The page called portal.azure.com. This is the final page where you are going to work, guys. This is the final page where you are going to work. That is called what? Portal.azure.com. So can you see here? Portal.azure.com. This is the final page where you are going to work, guys. Now, this is the final page where we are going to work. This is the one. So I'll show you the services here. So click on this more services, guys. See, these are all the services you have. Uh, As I told you that here, you have 90 plus storages. Let's discuss about the storage services. See, these are some services we have it. These are called as AI plus machine learning service. These are some analytical services. These are some compute services. And these are the containers. Containers are nothing but one of the type of storages you can see. We have 11 containers are there, guys. In the same way, databases are 22 databases. So 11 plus 22 means what? Almost all 33, guys. 33 storages. Here only you got the 33 storages. In the same way, Just a minute, guys. Okay, so these are some storage services. 33 storage services already we have seen. So these are some, can you see here? This is some bit databases are 22 and container are 11. 33 storages. So in the same way, you have some more storage services are there. So can you see here? Here also storages. Can you see 17 more storages are there? 33 plus 17 means what, guys? Almost all 50, guys. 50 storages are here itself. You got it. So likewise, can see here, you have many more storages. So 50 storages are your, if you calculate them minutely, many may be available in rest of all. Okay, guys, in monitors also you may get some storages, or in the, mixed reality also you may get some storages, and in the migration also you get some storages. So these are all the various storages you have it, guys. Okay, so if you calculate together, it is called as what? Almost all 90 plus storages you have it. These are all the services we have it, guys. So these services are common whether we use the whether we use, what is that, guys, whether we use any kind of a, with these storages are common for all, guys, whether we use the service called, what's that, guys, ADB, or we use the service called ADF, or we use the service called Synapse, any service we use it, these storages are common for all, guys. ADB, ADF, Synapse, and okay, AI, everything is, these services can use the storages. That means these services does not contains data, they have to take the data from the storages only. Okay, guys, so now today we are going to start with the first service, guys. That service is called as ADF, where the ADF stands for what, guys, everyone? The ADF stands for the Azure Data Factory, guys. The ADF stands for what? Azure Data Factory. It stands for Azure Data Factory. Okay, guys. So here, when you talk about the Azure Data Factory, so or whenever you want to use the Azure Data Factory, basically the Azure Data Factory has the following, guys. What are those? We can say, guys, the following are the, yes, guys, the following are the properties we require to know. So if you know these properties, everyone, we know everything in ADF, that is called as the properties are mandatory, guys. The first one, guys, we can say, guys, the first property I can say, guys, here, hmm, pipeline. And the second one we can say, guys, linked service. Pipeline linked service. The third one is called as what? Data sets. Pipeline linked service. Then we have the data sets, guys, everyone. Pipeline linked service. Then we have the data sets. Pipeline linked service. And then we have the data sets. And the fourth one we can say, guys, here we can say that is nothing but the activities. And the fifth one we can say, guys, mapping data flows. And the sixth one we can say, guys, triggers, integration, runtimes. So guys, these are all the services we have it, guys. These are all the services we have it, guys. These are all the services we have it, guys. Okay. So these are all the properties we have it, guys, in the ADF. So if you want to know the ADF, you must and should know these all. That is called as pipeline, linked service, data sets, activities, and then you have what's it, guys, mapping data flows, triggers, and integration runtime. These are all the things you require it. So the first one, I will give you the one word answer for all of it, and we will discuss it parallelly on this. Okay, so we'll use what's it, pipeline. So pipeline is nothing but, guys, pipeline is used to carry the data from the source to the target, the source to the target. Pipeline is used to carry the data from the source to the target. That is called as what? Pipeline. So the full name of the pipeline is also called as what, guys? Data pipeline. Data pipeline. The next one is what, guys? Linked service. It establish the relationship between source, storage, and ADF, and target, storage, and ADF. Target, storage, and ADF. So it establishes the relationship between the source, storage, and ADF, and target, storage, ADF. That's it, guys. So this is nothing but the linked service. Then you have what's it, guys? Data set. So what is data set, guys? Data set is nothing but, guys, I can say, technically I'm telling you, we'll just discuss it once we see this things. Okay. So what is it? Uh, target data set is not, data set is nothing but what, guys? It uh, provides the physical location of data. It provides the physical location of the data. It provides the physical location of data where the data is stored. That's it, guys. And then you have the activities. So what is my activities, guys? Activities are nothing but actions we want to perform on the data. The actions we wanted to perform on the data. The actions we wanted to perform on the data. The actions we wanted to perform on the data, such as using of where clause, comma, if then else statement, comma, using of stored procedures, all these are comes under what, guys? Activities. That is called as what? Using of action on the data, guys. And then we have what's that, guys? Mapping data flows. But what is mapping data flows? These are the actual transformations we apply on the data. such as sort transformation, sorting the data, and then you have the application of aggregation, aggregation, okay guys, aggregation, using of aggregation on the data, derived column, etc. These are all some of the transformations we apply on the database. And triggers are nothing but what, guys? Triggers are nothing but what, guys, everyone? It automates the pipeline to run on a schedule basis. It automates the pipeline to run on a scheduled basis. It automates the pipeline to run on a scheduled basis. It automates the pipeline to run on a scheduled basis. That is nothing but based on time and happening of event, etc. That's it, guys. And then we have what's it, guys? Integration runtime. So finally, we have the integration runtime, guys. So guys, here you have what's it? Integration runtimes. So what is my integration runtime, guys? So integration runtime, basically the integration required during the runtime. Basically, for integration process, we have three type of integration runtimes here. What are those? The first one I'll tell you here. We have three type of integration runtimes. The first one is called as what? Azure IR, which is also called as auto resolve integration runtime. Auto resolve integration runtime. It is used for cloud to cloud transfer data. Cloud to cloud transfer of data. Cloud to cloud transfer of data. Cloud to cloud transfer of data. It is called as what, guys? Azure IR. In the same way, the second integration runtime, self-hosted IR. So this is used for what, guys? When you require on-premises to cloud data transfer. Okay, on-premises to cloud data transfer, we use the self-hosted IR, guys. But the self-hosted IR is supported for cloud to cloud transfer also. So we can make two, that is cloud to cloud transfer and on-premises to cloud transfer. And the third one, we have it here as the is what is that? Self-hosted IR. Then we have the SSIS IR. Basically, the SSIS IR is nothing but when you want to run an on-premises script. When you want to run an on-premises, when you want to run an on-premises script, when you want to run an on-premises script on the cloud, when you want to run an on-premises script on the cloud, we use SSIS IR. So these are all the guys. That is nothing but properties we needed. So to know this, that is nothing but to know this. That is the Azure Data Factory. We require all these guys. Okay. So I'll explain you this one tomorrow, and we'll see in detail, guys. We'll see in detail, and we'll start the practicals mostly from tomorrow. Okay. Okay, guys. So that's it here for the day now, and we'll just continue tomorrow on the same session, guys. Tomorrow we'll start the session at 9 a.m. guys, not the 9:30. We'll start at 9 a.m. And from tomorrow the link will be changed. I'll share you the changed link. Okay. So those who have not registered, get it registered by today evening. So you'll get a new link by tomorrow. So tomorrow will be the paid link, guys. Yeah. Any questions, please tell me now.
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So that's it, guys. So we shall meet tomorrow at 9 a.m. Okay. So tomorrow's session will be at 9 a.m. on the paid link. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.